Hi, so today in this video we're going to be talking about chapter 3.2.2, the composition of polynomial functions. Now, this is going to expand upon some of the stuff that we did last video, which was 3.2.1. And so if you missed the part where we are adding and subtracting functions, I recommend going back to that video to brush up on that. But in this one, we're just going to talk about some more of the operations that we can do with that. So when you see something like f of g of x, this basically says we're going to put g in for x, basically. It's basically as if it's exactly the same as us saying 2x plus 4, and then x is equal to 3x squared plus 3x in this example, and I'll get into that in just a moment. It's basically like this is what your new x is. And sometimes you'll have something like 3 is equal to x. Then you would plug 3 into g, and then whatever you got for that, you would plug that into f. So if it's x, it basically is the same. You just wouldn't be able to find a number for that. So let's just jump into these. So we have 2 of x plus 4, and that equals f. So f of x equals 2x plus 4, and g of x equals 3x squared plus 3x. And we want to find f of g, and that's a way that you can say f of g or f composed of g, basically something like that. And so we're going to take our f, which is 2x plus 4. But instead of doing just x, we're going to put in g for that. We're going to put in g for x. So we're going to have 3x squared plus 3x. And then we're going to have our plus 4 still. Whoops, and this should be plus 3x. And now we can distribute these. So we'll have 6x squared plus 6x plus 4. And that is that's your answer. That's your new function. Now this one's asking us to do the same thing, except for this time we want f of g and g of f. So we have 3x minus 5 and x squared minus 6x plus 5. And for f of g, we'll take 3, and then we'll do x squared minus 6x plus 5, and then minus 5. And so that will give us 3x squared minus 18x plus 15 minus 5. These will turn into 10. So we'll have 3x squared minus 18x plus 10 for our first one. But for our second, we want to do g of x. And so what we'll do is we'll take our x squared and we'll say 3x minus 5. And then we'll square that. Minus 6 times 3x minus 5 plus 5. And then what we can do with this is we need to expand this. So we have 3x minus 5 multiplied by 3x minus 5, because that's what the square means. If you have this 2, you can't just distribute it inside, because there's a subtraction and an addition sign, or an addition sign. You can't do that when there's a subtraction or addition. But so you'll have to multiply out and then FOIL it, or like crab claw, just basically distribute. And then we'll do minus 6 times 3, which is 18x, and then plus 30, and then plus 5. And then this turns into 9x squared minus 15x minus 15x plus 25. And then we still have that minus 18x plus 30 plus 5. And then we can combine like terms. So we keep our 9x squared. And then these turn into negative 30x. And then you have the minus 18. So you have negative 30x and then minus 18x. And that will give you 48. So minus 48x. And then 25 plus 30 plus 5 is going to give you 60. So plus 60. And that would be your answer. So 9x squared. And then minus 48x. And then plus 60. And that is your answer for that question. Okay, moving on. Given the polynomial functions f of x equals x to the 4th plus 6 and g of x equals x minus 9, find the following. Do not simplify your answer. This one you'll get we want f of g, so we'll do x minus 9 to the 4th plus 6, and then the second one, well, first, hold on. Okay, yeah, so plus 6, and then that will give you x minus 9 times x minus 9 times x minus 9 times x minus 9 plus 6. This is kind of trickier than what we are used to doing. Hopefully it gets easier. So we'll do this and this and then this and this, which gives you x squared minus 18x plus 81. I think something's crazy here. X minus 9, and then this gives you x cubed minus 9x squared minus 18x cubed squared. I'm gonna do this all off camera real quick. Okay, I just realized it said do not simplify. That's one nice thing that you probably want to notice when you're doing these problems. The do not simplify means that we don't have to expand it out all the way and do all that crazy math. This one says make sure to fully simplify for this one, so you would want to do it for that one. But for this one, all we need for that first one is going to be x minus 9 to the 4th plus 6. And then for the second one, what we'll need is we'll do x to the 4th plus 6 minus 9. And I don't know if they want it combined. Let me check really quick. So we have x to the 4th minus 3. Okay, so I think they actually do want that part combined. So we'll do x to the 4th minus 3. Yeah. Then these are doing exactly the same thing that we've been doing before. You just want to keep track of which one's f of x, which one's g of x, and which one's h of x. And which one is being composed of which. I don't want to go through these because it's kind of time intensive, but we'll go down to this one. And it's going to be almost exactly the same, but this time we're plugging in numbers. So if we have f of g of 6, first we'll do g of 6. So that's going to be 3 times 6 squared plus 5 times 6. I'm going to do g of f of g of 4, because then I won't have to deal with as big of numbers. So 3 of 4 squared plus 5 of 4 plus 7, and that will give you 3 times 16, which is going to be 48. So 48 plus 20 plus 7, which is going to give you 68 plus 7, which is going to give you 75. So 75 would be your answer for this third one. And then f of f is going to be almost exactly the same. So you'll find f of 8. So it's going to be 5 times 8 minus 4, which is going to give you 40 minus 4, which is 36. And then you'll plug that in for f of x. So then you'd have 5 times 36 minus 4. And then find whatever that is for that answer. Yeah. So this one's kind of confusing for some students, and I know I went through it kind of quickly. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll answer as soon as possible. Have a good one.